Okay, so there is four kind of main areas that farming has changed. One is genetic engineering. So back, hundreds of years ago, they just kind of planted what was around, and then eventually they started picking the crops that produced the most or the most favorable type of food, and then they would plant the seeds from those particular plants. And in doing so, we have genetically modified a lot of plants, like for instance corn. Corn used to produce very few kernels. They used to be very hard, but we have selected particular plants in order to get the corn that we want, and the corn that tastes really good. We have new and more efficient machines. So for example, previously, maybe we would have had to have cut down the wheat using a scythe, and then we stack it up and that sort of thing. Nowadays we have a big huge swather machine that just comes through and does that, and then we have a combine, for instance, and that is a combination of two machines, a thresher and then I believe a swather as well. So in being able to do that process in one step, that has made it so that we can produce a lot more food quite quickly in comparison to a few hundred years ago. We also have pesticides and herbicides. So previously, things like different types of weeds in our crops would have been an issue. We would have had to have gone through and by hand pull them out. And secondly, we also had like grasshoppers or caterpillars or something that's going to eat our crop would have been a huge deal. But now we have pesticides and herbicides in order to get rid of those. And then finally, fertilizers. Previously, you would have had to have had an organic fertilizer source. So maybe that would have been manure or compost or something like that. Now we chemically engineer our fertilizers so that we can just spray this chemical on, and we're giving exactly the amounts of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium that those plants need.